It's time for this week's Report It recap, and many of you have been taking advantage of catching red snappers since the season is closing, and your catches have been very impressive. Speaking of, Donnie Carter and his friends caught 8 snapper as well as tons of other fish. If you weren't out on the water, you were trying to beat the heat, and these girls definitely had the right idea. Now, last Saturday night brought us the supermoon, and the images that you sent us were pretty spectacular. We were fortunate enough to have a clear sky overnight so we could have the full impact, and this couple certainly did. Thanks a lot to Joe and Norris for capturing this couple gazing at the moon from Battleship Park. The weather was very typical for this time of the year, with scattered showers each day, but once they ended, we saw some beautiful rainbows in spots. Over the water, we saw a couple of water spouts, and these are pretty typical in the summer too. They usually stay out over the Gulf of Mexico and don't cause any problems. But every day you would probably see a cloud like this, the towering cumulus cloud. It means an isolated storm is occurring underneath it, and some of those isolated storms produce intense lightning. If you're close enough to hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck, so get indoors immediately once those rumbles in the sky start. Finally, here's a magnificent sunset from Chris out at Navy Cove. Now that is a shot that you could just stare at for hours. And if you have any pictures or videos, whether they're news or weather related, send them to ReportIt@fox10tv.com. For this week's Report It recap, I'm meteorologist Michael White.